rotation that's, for me, coming out of Korea. Going with a DRX comp with a little bit of difference instead of a Brimstone playing an Astra, but I don't know, man. NRG, the last time that they came out with something out of the woodworks, pulling out like a Yoru to help out on Haven, didn't pan out too well in their favor, Riv.
They've already brought a comp to the table we haven't seen from them here, trying something new, so they need to use it, right? You can't just play back, you can't just play regular Valorant where you're playing angles. They need to produce things with this, so I'm excited to see what they have in store for us. Okay, out of the gate, Showers is controlled, and they're going to have a rotation over to B probably pretty quick here because 100 Thieves is taking up residence.
Good delay at least, though, coming out from this. C's coming in from the elbow side, but jumping right click classic. Derek gets the kill, so nobody gets any damage out of that DK right after as they come back inside the side. Hayes is already on a rotation. He's only going to be able to drop one, but here comes the cavalry already inside the site for NRG as we turn things around. The advantage comes in for the defender side. Som running around here this wall, and Will is going to be able to drop one at least. Leaving Derek on his own. 28 HP, no heal, and a piss around for NRG.
Overall cleanup, right? They had to post plant, they had to retake. But in seeing how quick they got info that nobody was at Showers, the fact that the rotation would be the correct move, they had to move quick, right? Because 100 Thieves go into this death ball scenario again. 3 people towards elbow, no chance for somebody to really be coming out of that situation alive. So they had to break through a pretty well garrisoned 100 Thieves. Nicely done by NRG. Good teamwork to get back in. They have a lot of just disruption utility to do it, as we see. So 100 Thieves is going to have to stay spread and stay aware once they are in a post plant. Moving up in Showers right now.
Yeah, exactly. Very slow here, Riv.
Spike down A.
Okay.
Speed it up a bit. Why not? Fast lane it.
It seems we're going to see this a lot, too, and when you're having this Neon and a Breach in your comp, people two together, you have some support coming out, but as Som falls down, this is where that second layer comes out. Ethan then out for a kill, but traded out by Will as he picks up a Spectre. That's a 3-on-3 right now, looking for Will to lurk in the back of the site. The timing, Derek just made it across the U-Haul. If Hayes is not paying attention here, Will could get the backstab, especially after those shots. But no, doesn't clear Will towards that back either, so there was no luck or way for Hayes to stay alive out of that one. We TP across the site into the B side, but there's still a trademark on the ground. Can it slow it down? Yes, it will, because we went and looked too late. 2 of them jumping into the slow field, but it still gives a chance for EU and Tex to rotate back from the back of the site, already running in, but the Marshall shot misses, and 1 more to go. Will goes for the Ferrari peak, but at least gets the trade-off from Derek, and that's a thrifty round for 100 Thieves.
Another thrifty. They got one on Icebox, which I think was right after we saw NRG kind of grabbing a bonus, looking to make a run and get back to their rounds. 100 Thieves found a thrifty. They find another one here on Bind, and it hurts even more being the second round, Van Silly. Always a few you should be able to string together. And a little bit of cross-map play, finally ending at B after all of this. Will with the trigger control. Good discipline there, and they swarm the last player. What? Stellar play. 100 Thieves looking to make a play towards Showers now and get a little orb control to start once in a while.
And NRG is towards short.
Oh, yeah.
Crossfire from Som and Tex. Again, trying to find the first blood with the headhunter from Tex. Forcing a TP, but there's still players and bodies there on the defender side. A stack for NRG at the A site. We're still committed for 100 Thieves. A Phantom coming out, and we have actually a Han on the ground as well to get some information, and that's going to be 100 Thieves letting up the board right there. Even though we got some good information coming out from EU, not good enough for any of these kills. Look at the tethers across the map. Spotted like 3 players.
What a timely pinch. That was just well orchestrated by 100 Thieves. They knew they had the upper hand. If they were just flying in, they're going to get tagged by these classic pea shooters. And Hayes makes that. He's got frozen peas for a moment, but Derek takes him down. 2-1, 100 Thieves. They'll get some nice buys coming in. We'll keep an eye on the energy money flow. They didn't actually go for too many buys there. Just some sheriffs, if they did have the extra cash. And now we're into our 4th round. Rifles there. Yeah. It is going to be a bit low armor, though.
4th dangerous round here for NRG, because now we have a showstopper that's ready here for Will. And that could be one of those ultimates that's going to foil even the economy for NRG moving into the next round, even if they're working and being mathematicians of working out the economy from round to round.
Ooh. Trail, Prowler, both passing in the night. It looks like they go for the same one again, and they actually double-check E long, but it's another play towards mid, so 100 Thieves is playing a little bit more off the ball, but the teleport comes into play to bring the team together.
Back lines cleared out towards no. Trying to clear out towards you, and he blows himself up, but Som is down to 20 HP. But the agent change that you have for NRG right now, there's no Sky in here, so no heals. And at least we have 100 Thieves on the pulse plan, and that's where it gets nerdy for 100 Thieves. They have the mollies to work with from both of these agents, from the Viper and from the Brimstone. So NRG has to start pushing out quick, and that's a fast lane up. Snakebite's about to come down with the debuffs too. So Asuna is in an important position that he can't lose. And just as I say that, loses it right there. Poison Orb, second one coming in as well with the Snakebite on the ground. Stellar's on his own. Clock is ticking down, and we're trying to stick it here at least. Debuff coming in. Hayes gets burnt. And out of corrosion, it's going to be 100 Thieves winning the round.
Oh. I'm going to get out my beach chair if that's the end of the rounds here, Vancilli. Oh, my word. 100 Thieves. Don't bring that back. Don't bring that back. It almost works out too well, though. Because, like I said, 100 Thieves really wants to get spread out once they get the post plant. You're dealing with the Fade util. You're dealing with Neon trying to throw relay boats that could go really far around the wall. You have Breach utility you're avoiding. And it works even more because they have post plant utility to fire over the wall from 100 Thieves' side. So while avoiding all of that from NRG, they're still defending. Blech. Anyway, next round, round 5. Let's see. We have a bit of a play here again by Som to get the info. That's the game with Neon to start for their defensive side. And a teleport already here. Ethan.
Exactly. Sorry to cut you, Riv. It's been a lot of like Breach and Neon on the A side, not too much on B. So we'll see if we're adapt from round to round as, again, your rifles coming out, as you mentioned, for NRG. But the TPs are going back towards the A side. The advantage of having that Neon is the fast rotate too with the high gear. But it's just really Ethan sticking up to Som, and we're going for a pixel plant. There's a gap in the left side of the wall. Tex might take advantage of that, but it's going to be banged. Waiting for that. Aiming for that kill, and gets it.
Patient. In and out, Som's going to look to maybe get behind enemy lines. No, it's all from the front. Alt line first, Som second.
Not going to work out.
That's a tough attempt.
Like that. Oh man, that was a clean hold. Prime Gaming Flawless, 2 HP left for Stellar, but that's 100 Thieves once again converting a post plant.
Wonder what they had from back there. Everybody's in showers, but there's a lot of ways to get mollies over that, so even more in store for NRG, seeing a definitive second style post plant defense in A. Last one was scattered. This almost seems like a full shower with your flank lurker on mid, so a little bit of variety here as 100 Thieves bring it to 4-1. We saw this happen. NRG was really able to come back within the first half of Icebox and find their footing here, possibly as Tex on the tour de force and NRG back on buys.
Really are staying very quiet right now for 100 Thieves. Look how far back they are too. Just maybe anticipating a hawk coming down. Some concussions coming in from long B side, and Tex continues to inch his way forward. About to be a little bit too far up where he loses the TP opportunity. Clears out at least towards Sands, but that could be misinformation. After those paint shells, though, Tex just holds out the angle. If 100 Thieves decide to fall back towards long B, you're definitely going to see some shots. There you go. But the execution still comes in for 100 Thieves inside that site. You saw that orbital strike coming down. Try to clear towards Octagon, but the op shot misses. He's back towards Elbow. That was a dangerous TP to take. But he's able to salvage and stay alive at least for a bit. A rolling thunder for the retake. Oh, we have the slide in from Som. The spike is now down. And also Will gets a kill while he's stunned, but he gets traded out by Ethan. Stellar's going to be on his own. Cosmic Divide blocking his view. Half HP at least on Ethan. He swings out. Not really checking it yet. We're forcing out at least one to peek out, and the wall bang for Hayes for the trade at least. And that's a great hole for NRG in the end.
Incredibly important round for NRG. They come back with powerful utility. If they weren't able to grab that with their util, they rethink and say, okay, how do we break this composition of 100 Thieves? Because they have been playing so distant NRG catches them in a trap there. So we see what NRG wants to do with this comp. That was a devastating retake on 100 Thieves, and we're going to be into this next round. Buy up some light armor just for Hazed here because they're looking just for going down, not trying to really mix anything up. But a gun round for 100 Thieves as well. And NRG get themselves another round. Switching up a bit of how they're playing Neon's pressure. Looks like Sam stays back this time.
Didn't take economy, but 4 ults for NRG to win that previous round, and thankfully, at least from Ethan, after using his, gets a couple of kills, fuse, building back the ult orbs as well. Rebuild another Rolling Thunder to fuse for the team.
Okay.
A bit of a push going in, battle with smokes. Not really working out as we got a res coming out for 100 Thieves, and it's not working out for NRG, that is. Because now that Viper spits out, the Seeker is out. It's time for 100 Thieves to pull out their ultimates, and they'll get a safe plant.
They run the same strat without Brimstone alting Garden this time. So they're right in through Hookah into the site, and now NRG will see what they can do without that Rolling Thunder. They're getting into position. Super slow movement. They're seeing if 100 Thieves will make a move or at least peek a shoulder.
Not really in a great spot to retake this site here. If they were able to get a couple of kills early in the last like 5 seconds, maybe doable, but now you see that window of opportunity has closed, especially you're trying to retake with an operator. No mistakes for 100 Thieves.
It's a good point.
Any overextensions, so we're just trying to hunt him down. Not allowing NRG to save their weapons, but it's going to be the other way around. Sorry, 100 Thieves not saving any weapons, but at least gets the round.
Yeah. We'll see what their cash looks like next time. Oh, it's okay. They're fine. 5-2 there. NRG still able to swap a few over, helping them possibly flex into that way that they love to buy. Keeping it low, keeping it strong. And it is going to be a Spectre for Hazed. I mean, usually we see the controller go light since they are on the back line anyways. Give the firepower to the front line. The operator's still there for Tex, and it's going to be fully towards A. NRG has been prowling out towards B to start these rounds and figure a lot out. They have a lot of hookah play here, conditioned maybe from the last 2 rounds of 100 Thieves. That Fade's going to be rotating right away as Tex sees some outside shower.
Just trying to count down all these bullets, try to have a timing on a kill onto Tex, using all utilities possible, and her time is not a charm for 100 Thieves. Tex manages to get away, and Som also, meanwhile, managed to get first blood on the crossfire setup.
The shots do not seem to be ringing in for him today, Vans. He's had quite a few that we usually see him hopping over. The push into sight. Som's there, good for 1.
Down A.
So plan at least doesn't work out for Derek, but it might be doable as Asuna picks it up. Has also perked up a guided light that's available, but after that, everybody's already rotated for NRG, and the wall's been broken. You have a rotate and a flank coming out from Hazed. He might have an advantage here to get a huge backstab onto Stellar.
Nice movement. Slowly through the cave area. It looks like they might want to push into sight now, so this is just going to be a game of cat and mouse, Vans.
While Hayes is still holding back, you do have Stellar pushing forward with the rest of 100 Thieves, and they're fighting for this site. They're looking for the plant as well. And another headshot coming in from Bang onto Ethan. It's easy EU's just dancing around the brimstone smokes. It dissipates. Spike has now been planted. Hayes is on the flank. Easy kill coming in towards bench. Oh no, I jinxed it. As Asuna stays alive, but EU to get 2 gets traded out by that Stellar player at the short side of A. And 100 Thieves, well, guess what? Another post plant 1.
Yeah, another post plant there. I feel like we're getting the Icebox story though, right? We see NRG get into these battle rounds where it's back and forth. It slows down a little bit even with the spike down and then speeds up again. And that's how we saw NRG coming back on Icebox. 100 Thieves continue their lead here. They're the ones grabbing the rounds as we see them able to get positioning, still having U-Haul controlled by Stellar. And that was the slow take by Stellar, right? We were calling out what was happening coming around with Hazed, with Stellar. And it was just off that timing. Stellar was able to make it in U-Haul, and it paid off for 100 Thieves. NRG are going to go for the timeout. They have so much utility to use on this team, right? I feel like almost backing up, and then, well, can they back up, right? Because if 100 Thieves has time to get out of the site, they post-plant when they can get on A. We haven't really seen them execute that too much at B just yet, but maybe they do have the post-plants. It is still available. And NRG's discussing of how to now get around this. Do we attack them? Do we keep people in sight? Do we absorb what they throw at us and then go at them with 5 on the post plant? Like we've heard people talk about, that might be the style to play. It's all about what they're feeling here. NRG did start to come back, like I said, on Icebox in that first half. Then they repeat history right now. It's a low buy to make it happen.
How much value we can get out of the Tex, and it looks to be a crunch towards Sands. The TP is coming out. And it's just going to be Tex on his own. So he can TP back towards the A site. Not going to work out. Not going to spot anybody. And as they pull back, that was all a ruse for 100 Thieves. They're walking back up towards Hookah, and there's only Hayes to hold it.
Okay, he gets in this light position here and getting himself into Cubby. Hazed with the... I thought that was operator for a second with the skin, but it's just a Marshall. Looking down at his econ buy. Oh, just a miss. A little bit of damage on Bang, but 100 Thieves are going to own B for now.
Yeah, not easy when you're just having a sneak by at your feet.
Yeah.
Coming in now for 100 Thieves. Retake making it a little bit harder for NRG. But again, they have a Vandal to work with, and that's X on a very slow lurk back towards Sands. This can mean everything for NRG right now if the Tex can win this battle on Sands. He's going to get it, but that's not going to be a weapon that's going to be able to get picked up by NRG. As they're going for the fast lane and an aftershock towards Octagon. Tex, meanwhile, has fallen down on that flank watch from 100 Thieves.
Still Molly?
Yeah, that's not going to happen anymore. We're not going to see NRG being able to win this one, surely. As the Molly actually misses the spike, too. Takes up the Marshall. There you go. Awesome, that gets the kill. And that's 7-2 for 100 Thieves. But, again, a lower buy that you have for NRG. A little bit of hope there as they are still able to manage to get 3 kills out of that.
So interesting the way that 100 Thieves is making these rounds work. Like at the end there, it's basically imperative that Hazed is dead. If Hazed isn't dead, I mean, they're not like searching for him, but in this situation, you smoke out long B and all of the members of 100 Thieves are smoked and they have to pressure out, right? That could have been the situation. 100 Thieves is just kind of sticking together. This teamwork that they're compiling seems to keep being able to trade one after the other and come out on top of these situations. We go back to a bit of B play. We'll see how everything happens here. Post-plant, pre-plant, and NRG have taken up a little bit of shop in Hookah once again for this round.
Yeah, and Hookah, at least this time, is being held by Som. They're trying to answer back somehow by having him play in that site. He does have the overdrive to work with and support from EU. Showstopper to come out, connects on the feet of Ethan, and somehow, while he's stunned, still gets that frag onto Som. This guy is insane.
Teleport Showstopper just shut down? Or Teleport Rolling Thunder, sorry? That's incredible. They literally turned around on that like it was their own play. 100 Thieves just on top of it right now, even with the hard counter this round from NRG, when NRG thought they read the play. This one's going to fizzle out as it's a save for NRG. 100 Thieves. That's kind of absurd that they're able to react that fast in the moment, especially when the entire team knows the pressure play is being made and a Rolling Thunder is milliseconds from hitting their feet.
And of course, with that, you're saving your weapons for the last 2 players of NRG, trying to get your economy back. And I don't know, man. I still think, honestly, that NRG might have a chance once they're able to switch sides. It's definitely hard to get some.
You have to look at that comp,
yeah. You could actually, like, with the retakes, with the composition that you have, overwhelm your opponents a lot. But when you're losing Ethan a little bit too early in these rounds, or Som a little bit too early in these rounds, that's a lot of stuns that's missing for this retakes when you're going to get information from EU's utility. But on the attacker side, this is still a very good comp that can overwhelm your opponents. So I'm really looking forward to that second half, because so far it's really looking one-sided for the Thieves.
Oh my gosh, that take, that hit. Pretty incredible stuff.
Together.
All right, NRG taking a breather now, Vance. Really trying to get themselves positioned. And maybe it's more like an adrenaline shot, no breather. Som forward. What can he produce here?
Tried to do a
the
trap
TP
play
again?
towards the A side. Yeah,
Perfect.
This time at least it works out for Ethan. So Will falls Prowler to get information on the Stellar. And you still have this flank coming in from Som, but unfortunately, the overdrive has been cooled down. He has a Ghost to go for the flank, as 4 players now for the Thieves are pushing in from Octagon. A smoke coming out towards the window of the Hookah. Haze is in a very tight off. Oh my god, he just gets wall banged. But the Nightfall at least comes out for EU. Psalm's on that flank. Text for support. And there you go. You wanted those concuss. You need him to stay alive, but they're still landing these shots. EU jumping outside the window to save the day. And that's now 8-3 in favor of the Thieves, and a much needed round coming out of NRG.
Vancilli, it was about the speed. They have to be turbo. It's lightning. Oh my gosh. 100 Thieves finally don't get the spike down because they get dismantled before that happens. You mentioned it on Icebox, where Sam would try to take out a few, destroy that execution capability of 100 Thieves as a team, where they all go in. As we've heard and seen, they love to do. There, NRG do a really nice job to pick it apart. Never too little, too late. Like you said, NRG have a bit of that chance here to reorganize and have attack to themselves. Last round of the first half here, Vancilli. It looks like we're getting a bit of B pressure, but Spike leans A for 100 Thieves.
So much utility on the A side, but
Ooh,
EU. He's been one of those players that's been a menace when they actually did lose their last matchup on Vine. He's been the only one that's been getting couple of kills in the frag department, and now able to come out and support his teammate and go for these trades. But now that's no smokes for retakes, no stars for concussions, no gravity well, Texto pushing forward, Stellar training it back. But the positions are still very good for these teams. Information gathered. Now it's up to Sam, the last person to stand towards this A side. Just pinging out to try to find where that spike is going as the haunt gets broken. Right now for the Thieves. EU now met up with his teammate. Gonna let the Thieves get the plant. Smoke's about to dissipate off this brimstone. Just dancing for information. 3 players now hooked up towards the U-shaped hall. And also Bang walking back towards short A, but he doesn't have the molly to work with. Aftershock coming out though for the retake. And it works out for Sam to get the kill. Lots of concussions going in towards the short A side of Flash. And then the anti-flash for Bang to pick out and get the kill onto Sam. You have yet to get the spike defused. Now it's getting tapped. Austin with the kill and goes for that swing on that other one onto Ethan. And that's going to be the Thieves at 9 and NRG at 3. Time for a break. And when we come back, the continuation of the series. The Thieves really living up to the 100 in their name. 100% in anti-ecos. 100% also in pulse plans against NRG on this map. And now it's time for NRG to hopefully shine again with the suppressive comp that they currently have on their attacker side.
We've seen multiple times where teams will bring a composition. I mean, one of the even recent, or I wouldn't say recent ones, was just Night Sage on Ascent, right? Keeping that. Once they got on defense, you saw them transform. Does NRG transform when they can get this team on attack already out the gate? Fast lane to U-Haul.
With the flash coming out from Breach so that Sam could get positioned out towards U-Haul, but the rest of NRG are moving in towards this B site. Derek's going to be first point of contact, the wall to come up. That's going to delay a lot. Thankfully, there's 3 players there for NRG that allows them to break that wall. Stellar getting the first blood onto Tex. Derek continues to push forward. Doesn't have heal, doesn't have utility. Time for him to look for information. And that now forces NRG to fall back inside this A site once again. Prowler in the lead. They're retaking the U-shaped hole. And Bang is there with the right clicks. Things are looking good for 100 Thieves to convert this round. As paint shells also come in. No plants yet for NRG as they're doubling up towards the back halls. It works out for the kill onto Bang. As Asuna is also trying to save it out towards the heaven side, but he loses the battle to Haze from Showers. But after that, flank comes in for 100 Thieves. Haze on his lonesome. But he's not going to be able to clutch it.
Vancilli! What was that? Okay, so in the beginning of that round, no more than what, 5 seconds, we were in U-Haul for NRG. At 44 seconds, they were still trying to plan, right? That's almost a full minute.
Yeah.
Here, the defense put up by 100 Thieves, stalling them, stopping them, just being at the corners, not giving up too much space, and then getting time for the rotation. NRG kind of stopped themselves in their own tracks there for a moment. Interesting, 100 Thieves with some good D there and another pistol round.
Yep. I feel like because of that round that they lost, NRG doesn't really want to pull out all stops yet in terms of the crap plays that they could do with this comp. So again, going back to the basics of relying on Tex for the first blood, walking all the way up. The crossfire is here. has support from Som, forced to fall back, no TPs yet, so he could re-aggress once again. But it's still going to be Austin around the corner. Could be contact off a flash and a double swing here towards the A site. Meanwhile, the wall looking to get broken, and Ethan gets dinked through Derek's own wall.
Almost feels the wrath of the nade coming through as well. And the hold is for A. A little push towards Showers here. Oh, I thought they were going to be able to capitalize on the orb take, but bang, creeps out just enough. Oh.
Down and out.
Both trying to squeeze through.
And the gravity well just to try to block the exit, but there's still Asuna inside the site. Good for that 2K, and bang with the support. A prime gaming flawless coming out for the Thieves.
That's what I like to see.
Yeah, 100 Thieves with a dominant find. After kind of showing after NRG kind of showing they were figuring out what 100 Thieves wanted to do, how they were going to work this composition of hit it and just plant when they're on a site. Once they get the defense, they seem to be able to mix it up just as much. And this time, NRG cannot find that groove. Getting close to game point here for 100 Thieves. And remember, this is a game that has a lot of pressure on NRG's shoulders to still be in Challengers.
This is what I want now. This is the type of things that I was seeing here from that DRX comp. Looking for the stuns towards Octagon, then you go for this relay bolts, then you have to hunt for information. And also on top of that, because you have an Astra, you're trying to clear up more towards Octagon. And I wanted to know how 100 Thieves will retaliate to that. They retaliate with a flash after all the utility, and then they go for 2 kills themselves.
They're peeking for more, too. Can I peek? Can I heal? Good. Now let's keep pushing. Let's keep figuring stuff out. Peeking again. They're looking to actually possibly find EU. The ideas are just there. And they have now NRG on the back foot to force game. Hazed. The wisdom coming through with a quick contact peek. Gets a nice frag there to start things off for NRG.
Yeah, that gives a chance for Tex potentially to come out for the Showers and support them as well as they're trying to take control of the A site. Prowler inside you, so this allows Hayes to get this backstab onto Stellar. That could be happening right now, and somehow I think that C sort of saved him.
Yeah,
so he goes backwards, he goes for the fadeaway kill with the Spectre, and Tex is on his own. A round coming in for 100 Thieves, and it's map and series point.
Oh my word, yeah, biting his lip. He's like, oh, that play, thank you so much. Stellar squeaks out of that one. 12-3 here for 100 Thieves. We'd mentioned it right before that round went in. This is NRG's possible chance, right, to stay in it, to have an opportunity and find themselves fighting for maybe something else. 100 Thieves wants to snuff that out right now. Will 18-9. Bang. Everybody's having a game here. Even Derek's able to come up with a few frags for himself on the Sage, to be the battle Sage. And they've been able to shut Tex down, Van Silly. Overall, Tex has not had a day. An amazing player all around, right?
Agreed.
And we've seen a lot of those rendezvous out not come with the kill it usually does. And that's unfortunate for him.
And that's the thing. I don't even think that it was bad plays coming out from Tex, because in these forward positions that Tex has been trying to do on the defender side, he didn't encounter too many players from 100 Thieves. In that round where he actually had the operator looking out towards Showers, there was just so much utility on 3 players flashing, going for slow orbs, paint shells, really pushing him back and not allowing to get what he could actually do in that position. And I don't even know if the last round was actually a kill from Stellar with the C's or not, or just fadeaway mechanic movements that Stellar was doing. It just comes to show how much confidence 100 Thieves has on this very map. And a reason why they want to keep this in a rotation. When you're looking at this overall, 100 Thieves, they're starting to look like they have a really deep map pool here.
Yeah, honestly. It keeps getting better and better, if you were wondering. Trying to cross, quick wall.
Yeah, and that's a wall to stop things for a bit. You saw that combo, as we were talking about there. The relay bolts coming in, and it's not enough of a wall to try to slow them back. And that's Som able to get the opening kill into Octagon, also pick it up on the orb for Ethan.
Yeah, that was the whole thing, right? Spike was down near market. They wanted that fight, and that's the fight Tex is looking for. Takes down Stellar, who has had an incredible read on the flank. So it's great to get him out early in the round. NRG looking beautiful here. And it just pressures them into these moments. You can see what they talked about in that timeout. To get a gun, slow it down, and play the extremities.
Big battle here, potentially towards short A as well. If we get this kill from Tex into Osno, or even they hear this rotate, it's a fake rotate. He thunderfoots so that he could go back into the A site, and that forces a TP, so that allows the rest of the Thieves to rotate across, but unfortunately, still doesn't clear you. And then that's going to be EU with the teleportation right after to
Enemy
support the rest of the
remaining.
team.
30
Tex pushing
seconds
towards
left.
spawn side. This is a round coming in for Energy. A 5 versus 1 for Bang. He's already pulling back towards spawn side, at least to start.
There it is, the reverse
Spike
caster
planted.
curse. That's how it's supposed to happen. Pushing around. They should be able to smell blood in the water here. EU has a great look on it. He'll go down, though. Bang's still going to do some damage and hurt that econ. Great round by Energy. Obviously, much needed. Keeps them in the game, but we do see them controlling the pace of this round from the get-go, right? They tried to deploy this last round by having a bunch go B, and they met 2 players of 100 Thieves. So considering that somebody would be, again, in B main, head to that spot, try to get the frag once again. They replay that condition play from 100 Thieves, and they come out on top this time. So great timeout by Energy. It pays off. They keep themselves alive in this series. Still game point, 100 Thieves.
Just before we got to the replays, I just saw the infinite amount
Enemy
of
remaining.
pings that came out that were spotted blue on the Octagon side, just explaining what's been going on. So I don't know if 100 Thieves actually have practiced that or practiced against that or have seen that comp coming out here that are fellows over in Korea
Play, let's
doing.
play.
So we're trying to readapt on the fly. And as we go on the fly, that's how we do it, at least on the shower side. How does that work, man? Snake bite on the ground combination, 2 kills already coming in for Stellar.
Incredible. As well as thinking, okay, that was a B hit. 100 Thieves feels like it might be the showers hit. So they commit a bunch of utility there. Incredible thought process that they're going through here to try to read what Energy is doing. Still, the possibility for Energy, 3v5 is a tough one. And look at these crossfires already. No real entry left for Energy to get into the site.
Exactly. So they have to force group themselves into the sites, especially with the Viper's Pit on shower. It's very hard to do. Seeker's coming out for information after a fault line. Will's just going to follow it. They know that Tex is inside that corner, and Tex actually doesn't have a rendezvous. So he's in a tough spot, but Tex could definitely get it done with this dual defaults. Oh. Boombot goes towards the TP in case they hurt the rotate back into Sands. But this is going to be one of those kill noise
30
3-hit
seconds
aftershock coming out. Asuna dodging all of that, so he's in a great
One
spot to get the
enemy
last.
remaining.
Potentially 3 kills.
Down A.
1 more to go, and that's it. 3
Defenders
individual kills for Stellar, Will, and Asuna to win that round, win the series for 100 Thieves. Man, that was a dominating performance on Vine.
And they continue to look better and better. 3-1 now in their group.